So, very quickly, I'd like to do a bit of a thought experiment. Let's say you're someone who thinks they're worthless. And for the sake of argument, let's just assume that you really are just ungifted at most things. Does this mean you should allow yourself to be trampled by others? Does this mean you need to freely give away your respect and validation to others? No matter how great you think you are or how worthless you feel, there's no logical reason why you need to let people walk all over you, or why you need to perform for them. And yet, a lot of us live like we do. A lot of us feel bad about ourselves. And because we feel bad about ourselves, we feel like we need to perform or to become worthy of others' attentions. A lot of us do things where we try to impress other people, right? And, that's not like a novel concept or anything. We see it everywhere. And honestly, you kind of have to do it sometimes. Like, people talk about how much of a humiliation ritual job interviews can feel, or how much gesture maxing comes with dating. In those situations, you kind of have to justify your existence, right? Otherwise, you don't get the DLC. If you want to date, you have to, no matter what, demonstrate your value. And if you want a job, unfortunately, you have to demonstrate why you're a better candidate than others. Essentially, in these examples, there are plenty more, but just these two examples, you do have to justify your existence. But when I say justify your existence, what do I actually mean? I mean presenting yourself as if your existence, like your existential value, is conditional. As if you only deserve to command respect only once you've proven you're useful enough. It's subtle, but psychologically it's important. Now, a counter-argument to my thesis would be something like this. Whether you like it or not, people do treat you more favorably depending on how valuable you prove yourself to be. That value might come from money, work ethics, attractiveness, or how you make others feel. And that's true. There are situations, again, like maybe dating or employment, where you don't really have a choice but to demonstrate your worth. But here's the thing. We don't just justify ourselves and our existence to other people. We justify our existence to ourselves. This shows up when you feel really bad about yourself, like you have low self-esteem, you're very insecure, whatever form it takes. Maybe you think you're not smart enough, or maybe you think you're just not attractive enough. So some of you might choose to niche max into something else to compensate, right? Like being extremely hardworking, and suddenly your entire personality becomes the hard worker, right? Because you're trying to compensate for what you lack. Or rather, maybe like your perceived flaws. Maybe you don't feel charismatic enough or interesting enough, so you overdevelop some other traits to make up for it. And to me, that starts feeling like operating inside some kind of psychological slave economy, right? Like the idea that you need to produce to be productive, to be essentially justify yourself in order to deserve existence. There's nothing wrong with wanting to be productive and wanting to be a hard worker. It's only bad when you use it as a tool to justify your existence. And I don't think anybody should have to do that. Now, obviously, this is easier said than done. And I'll be honest with you, this video is a bit emotivistic. Basically, emotivistic, what I'm trying to say is that all I'm really doing is saying boo to something. I'm basically saying boo to justifying your existence. And I recognize that me saying this won't really suddenly change how people behave or stop themselves from overcompensating. I just think it's a huge shame when I see people do it to themselves, Because if you find yourself doing this, it's important to understand what's actually happening. You're telling yourself, if I wasn't productive, or if I wasn't compensating with this trait, then I don't deserve to exist. And that's one of the most self-defeating and honestly self-disrespectful position you can put yourself in.